Did Philip II of Spain really laugh for the one and only time in his life when he heard the news of the St. Bart's Day massacre? Was Kate de Medici really one of the cruelest women in history? Was Henri of Navarre only recognized as King of France when he said, "Mon Dieu, Paris is worth a mess"? I'm Professor Jerome Arkenberg, and I'll answer these and other questions right after this. Hi, Professor Ark here, and I've been teaching a wide variety of history courses at colleges across the country for the past 30 years. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre, Catherine de' Medici, French Huguenots versus French Catholics, and Henri IV and the Edict of Nantes. At the end, I'll have the wrap-up quote on this video. But first, make sure to click like, share, and subscribe, and that little bell thingy, so I can continue to bring you more great videos just like this one. Now, during these times of the religious wars of the Reformation, France, like Germany, was racked by a series of religious wars as persecution impelled the Protestant Huguenot, primarily nobles and merchants, to take up arms to defend themselves and gain control of the government and its resources. You see the map here. Primarily the bluish areas are where the Huguenots were concentrated. The crisis in France was set off by the sudden death of Henri II in 1559, who was then succeeded by his younger brother, Francois II. There's Henry and here's Frank. So Henry and Frank. But his sudden death a year later led to the succession of the youngest brother, Charlie IX, who reigned from 1560 to 1574, lasted longer than a year, and the regency of his mother, Kate de Medici. Besides the regent, Catherine de Medici, the real power in the state was the Catholic League, led by the brothers Guise, Francois, Henri, and Chuck. And you see him here. The Huguenots, meanwhile, were led by Louis, Prince de Condé, and the Admiral, Gaspard de Coligny, both of whom, in the course of time in this period, were assassinated. It's tough to be a leader back then. Kate de Medici, a sign of the Medici banking family of Florence, Italy, was a fanatical Catholic. And in 1562, in an effort to rid France of the Protestants, had many of the Huguenot nobles killed at Vassy. This, however, set off a long war for supremacy, punctuated by brief truces. So the first one, 1562 to 1563. Then the second one, 1564 to 1568. And then the third one, 1569 to 1570. And the fourth one, this time they waited 2 years, 1572 to 1573. And then the fifth one, 1574 to 1576. And the sixth one in 1577. And then the seventh one, this time they waited 3 years, in 1580. And then after a wait of 5 years, the eighth one, 1585 to 1589, and the last one, 1590 to 1598. Wow. Sounds like, well, it's just as horrible as what it is. In 1574, following the massacre at Vassy, Kate de' Medici engineered, well, if we can't just get all the nobles, why don't we just get everyone? She engineered the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre, wherein some 20,000 Huguenots across France were slaughtered. It is said that upon hearing the news of the massacre, Spain's Philip II laughed for the only time in his entire life. He must have been fun at parties. But the massacres actually strengthened the Huguenots, as they concentrated themselves in fortresses all across western and southern France. And you see them here on this map, these different areas. With the port of La Rochelle, it should be right here, especially important for receiving aid from the English. The assassination of Henri III from 1574-1589 in 1589 led to a severe crisis, as the heir was the Huguenot leader Henri of Navarre. It will be this guy here. So this guy has died, Catholic, and the heir, oh my God, he's a Calvinist Huguenot. Of course, he is opposed by the Catholic League, who wishes to put the Spanish king Phil II on the throne. But the French and Spanish, well, they've already had some dust-ups. But the decisive defeat of the Spanish at the Battle of Ivry put an end to Spanish intervention. Still, Henri of Navarre, looking very nice. And that, wait, is he wearing pantyhose or those tights? Showing off his legs. That's what men did back then. Women could not, men did. Anyway, Henri of Navarre had to fight the Catholic League until, while besieging Paris in 1593, he decided to convert to Catholicism because, as he famously put it, Paris is worth a mass. He was immediately recognized as Henri IV, who would reign from 1589. Well, he said that. Of course, the Catholic said he doesn't decide to reign to 1593. But anyway, to 1610. And he ended the Huguenot Wars by issuing the Edict of Nantes, granting the Huguenots tolerance, political equality, and their own strongholds, in return for them never living in or even entering Paris and other Catholic cities. And they were okay with that. And we see here, Kate de' Medici looking on the fruits of her labor, the St. Bart's Day Massacre. Here's the wrap-up quote from Ogier de Busbecq. Ever since the commencement of the civil wars which are distracting the country, there has been a terrible change for the worse. So complete is the alteration that those who knew France before would not recognize her again. Everywhere are to be seen shattered buildings, fallen churches, and towns in ruins, while the traveler gazes horror-stricken at spots which have but lately been the scenes of murderous deeds and inhuman cruelties. The fields are left untilled, commerce is crippled, the towns mourn their desolation in the midst of closed shops and silent manufactures. Tough luck stuff here. So, let me know what you think of this quote. True or not? BS or not? Sad commentary, a great commentary, in the comment section below. And also what you liked about this video, and what other historical topics or subjects you'd like to see in future videos. Be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe, as it will help me bring you more great videos. And click on that little bell thingy, so you'll know when the next History Waits for No One video is posted. If you want to know more, there are recommended studies on this topic in the description below, along with other ways to connect with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the past.